Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Badminton Weekly. I'm your host Jasmine Lim and I'm absolutely thrilled that we're just a few days away from one of the biggest tournaments in the world of badminton, the much anticipated TotalEnergies BWF World Championships. This will be its 28th edition and for the 5th time in its history, it will take place in Denmark, more specifically, the Royal Arena in Copenhagen. So I think it's only right that we welcome back former world #1 and Danish legend Peter Gade as we look ahead to the second major event of the season. Welcome back to the show, Peter.
Thank you so much, Jasmine. It's nice to be back here.
Before we begin, Peter, you've been a part of many world championships yourself. Could you share with us your favorite memory from this tournament?
Well, there's been a few, so it's not that easy to take out one, but I have several. I think one of my last World Championships was actually in 2010 in Paris. It's a big memory for me. The crowd were amazing, and even though I didn't get the gold medal, I felt a backing that I have felt very rarely in my career. So that was an incredible experience. Finishing off my career in Wembley in 2011 was also very, very special. So these memories from that tournament, I had some very, very long matches and exciting matches, and I think it's also some of my best memories, yes.
Well, that sounds incredibly special indeed. And as I mentioned at the start of the show, this year's edition will be held in Copenhagen. How much does that mean to you? And is there a buzz in the air from it just being around the corner?
Well, even though I've been in the game and I'm kind of used to these big tournaments as a player for many years, and also now as a coach, and it is still very special, because I think last time was 2014, was at the outskirts of Copenhagen. Now we're getting much closer to the center of Copenhagen, and I think all of us, all Danish badminton fans and players, they wanted to be close to Copenhagen center. To bring the fans and to bring to our capital this way, it's very special. But I have seen some layouts and regarding the planning and how it's gonna be, and it looks really nice. And I have a feeling that even though it's a big stadium, then I have a feeling it's still gonna be quite intimate. As far as I know, at least Friday, Saturday, Sunday is already completely sold out, and I think we're getting close to that also earlier on in the week, so that's really nice to see.
Now, let's look ahead to the action itself, starting with the men's singles category. Most eyes will definitely be on home hero and world #1 Victor Axelsen as he looks to defend his title and contest for a 3rd world champ gold medal. Peter, who do you think will be his biggest threat going into this one?
Well, aside from, because we can't talk about the men's singles without talking about Victor and the fact that he is, a huge favorite. I think a lot of things can happen. It is a World Championships. It is at home. It means it's going to be a huge amount of pressure on Victor. There will be challenges coming for him. There will be, and they have everything to win and nothing to lose. Looking at the men's singles, I think also in previous talks I've had with you, we've talked about the fact that now we are getting closer to the Olympics. We're still some time away, but still we're getting closer. So aside from Victor, then I see a huge group of players that on a good day they can do the magic, like Pranoy, like Antonsen, like Christie, Lakshya. These guys have shown for the past months that they are in quite a good place right now. If they find their A game, they are able to go all the way. So it is really up in the air how the men's singles is gonna turn out here, and I see interesting showdowns along the way, and I really see that the tournament can develop in different ways.
As you said, there will be some interesting fixtures in this category, and the one that stands out the most in the opening round is none other than the showdown between Jonathan Christie and Lee Zizia. Such a big clash so early on in the tournament. How do you think this one is going to go down?
Oh, that's going to be very tricky, because both players, first of all, I think the reason why we look forward to that match is these two players are some of the most entertaining players to see at the circuit. They are aggressively, amazing players. They think aggressively. They want to take the game into their control. The different kind of shot selection they have is amazing. Who's going to be the winner here? Christie has been looking a bit more stable recently. Lizzie, I'm sure that all the badminton world hope for him to find his rhythm, to find his motivation, to find the best in his game. We want to see him with fire in his eyes, with a positive mindset. If he can do that and put that on court and enjoy to be on court, then he's dangerous for everyone, also Victor. On his best days, I think his offense is even better than Jonathan's, and it might be possible for him to get through Christie's defense. He's also a confidence player. I actually think both of them are confidence players. So the beginning of the match, the feeling is going to be quite important for both of them, because if they feel comfortable and they believe in their game, they are very dangerous, and that could be the difference.
Now, let's move ahead to the women's singles discipline, where the top 4 have been dominating the tour so far, especially the new world #1, An Se-young. But Akane Yamaguchi has added motivation here as she seeks to create history with a 3rd straight world championship title. With how things have played out recently, what do you think her chances are here?
Well, it is possible. And first of all, I just have to say this category, the women's singles, is just, it's been amazing to follow for some time now. And looking ahead to this World Championships, it's really, really exciting, because I think we got players here. In my list, I don't know, I have about 5 players. And I think it's going to be among these 5 players. And of course, Akane will be one of them. And it is possible for her to do the hat trick. But I also have to say that An has shown an amazing stability recently. For me, the other players we are talking about here is Chen Yufei, it is Carolina, because never rule out Carolina. This is a World Championships, we're getting closer to Olympics. We're going to see a Carolina Marin in really good shape, I'm sure. And if she's in really good shape, she's dangerous to all of them. Of course, Tai as well. So we got these 5 players, and looking at the draw, we have An going up against Chen Yufei in a possible semi-final, and then you got Carolina or Tai going up against Yamaguchi. And honestly, I think that's how it's gonna be. Of course, I will hope for Danish players to also make maybe a surprise one. So we have Mia Blichfeldt, who's been showing great form recently, but she will have to do a huge upset and going up against Chen Yufei in the early rounds.
It's going to be interesting to see who can handle the pressure in Copenhagen. One pair, though, who believe they can retain their title despite not having the best year so far, are men's doubles defending champions Aaron Chia and So Week. Peter, do you think that they can repeat their feat here?
Maybe the outset here is it's different. Now they will go into this World Championship with pressure. You know, the pressure is huge also from Malaysia, from the fans in Malaysia, from badminton in Malaysia. Actually, they have a Mølhede and Jeppe Bay already maybe in the first match, and I think that's also a tricky first match to have at a World Championship. So maybe in that match we're gonna see where they are. Also on the mental side, because I think the mental approach for Chia and So is very important going into these championships. Maybe it's not that bad for them that they haven't won everything going into the World Championships. They have shown on a good day they can beat all of them, and they have this X factor. They have this teamwork. They can pull out something special. Whether they can do that again this time, we will have to wait and see.
These days, when we talk about men's doubles, Chirag Shetty and Satvik Sairaj Rankireddy are always on the radar. They've climbed 4 spots so far in the world ranking, and they're currently in hot form. Peter, are they one of your favorites going into this tournament?
They are among the favorites to do this. They have shown a stability, especially in recent months, that puts them, in the top 3 of favorites to go all the way. I think they have worked progressively to add on to their game. Of course, I know the coach is a former colleague of mine, Mathias Boe, and I think he did a great job putting confidence in them at the same time developing their game. So they work as a pair, and they kind of complement each other in a really, really good way. They have a lot of power, they have a lot of speed, and they have a lot of energy, on attitude on court. If they can pull this together, then they definitely have the opportunity. But talking men's doubles, we always have to talk about Indonesia. and Alfan and Adianto, and don't forget the old guys, Asan and Setuan. And if I look at the draw, I can't help thinking that probably we're going to see a semi-final between these two pairs. Of course, we also hope for our European champions to make an upset at home, and I actually think that the draw is quite okay for Anders and Kim, and I will cheer a bit for my compatriots as well, and hope that they can perform well at home.
One pair we know who more often than not turn out in their best form on the biggest of stages are the mixed doubles world #1 pair, Zheng Siwei and Huang Yationg. The Chinese duo have won all 3 of the Super 1000s this year and are now on the hunt to become the most decorated pair of the World Championships with 4 titles under their belt. Peter, do you think they can switch it on again here?
No doubt that they have been the pair to beat, and they have shown that the ability, like you say, to handle pressure and maybe also to time, the top form. Sometimes they are still winning tournaments and maybe not playing their best. I think we've seen that for the past year. They have struggled, in some matches where normally they will not struggle. And I think, of course, going for the 4th title, it's an amazing performance. And to do that, you need to focus your energy in some way. So maybe we will see them with a level that has been, that is higher than what we've seen in the past many months. And if they play at that level, then it's going to be very, very difficult for the rest of the pairs to do something.
And finally, the women's doubles reigning champions Chen Xingchen and Jia Yifan have their work cut out for them, with Korean pairs Baek Hana and Lee So-hee, as well as Kim So-young and Kong Ki-young peaking at the right moment. The latter are entering the world champs on the back of 2 consecutive titles, so it's not surprising that they are favorites to progress far along with Chen and Jia. Do you think that we might witness a repeat of last year's final between these 2 pairs?
I think what we're looking at is the final between these 2. That's honestly, everything. You're looking at also tournaments heading up to this and where they are. The Koreans seem in a very good place as well, like you say. I always, when I watch Synergia, I kind of think about Camilla Røder-Juel and Christina Pedersen from Denmark as well. Left-handed, right-handed. The way they complement each other, but also they are quite aggressive, making the ladies' doubles a very physical game. And I think it's been great to see Chen and Jia for the past years taking the game to a higher level. So I think we're looking for a big showdown in a possible final again. And I know things can happen along the way, but honestly, I see the final between these 2 amazing ladies' doubles pairs.
I, for one, definitely can't wait to see how everything unfolds at the TotalEnergies BWF World Championships. But for now, thank you very much, Peter, for looking ahead to the tournament with us.
My pleasure. I look forward to a lot of drama, a lot of great matches, and to celebrate, some really big champions in the coming weeks.
And for you at home, don't forget to catch all the action from Copenhagen from the 21st to 27th of August. And if you're on the go, fret not, you can catch all the latest news, match updates, and statistics through the BWF app Badminton for you. And as always, keep your comments, thoughts, and questions coming on our Facebook and YouTube page. Let us know who you think will walk away as champions next week. Until next time, take care and bye-bye everyone.